Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's rip-roaring, exciting, fantabulous, whatever you want to call it, quarter-final action of the Super Mario Bros. 3 2020 Randomizer Tournament. If you saw today's earlier match, then you already know we're in for a treat tonight. After that exciting two-game duel between the Hacksaw and GamerCal, we segue on to our second game of the quarterfinals tonight. We have on our left the defending champion, MaCobra52, taking on a very worthy challenger in TapatioJ. So get ready as we begin an exciting match. I'm Pro-A007, and joining me on the mic tonight is the immortal Matty J316. Welcome.
Hello, and this is where the big boys play. We are like you said, the quarterfinals. The bracket, we'll obviously get into that and who's advancing. If this race is anything close to what we had earlier today,
yeah,
we're in for a very, very interesting show.
Yeah, that first game between the Hacksaw and GamerCal was a back and forth wild game that literally came down to the last 30 seconds. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on SpeedGaming 2's VODs, because that was something. That's probably the best race we've had all tournament. And we've had some barn burners, but that one, I think, takes the cake.
This has been the year for great races in Mario 3 Rando. So this, again, if this matches the intensity of those races, we're in for a good night.
Yeah, and MaCobra, his reputation precedes him. 2019 champion, SpeedGaming Live champion, is the 10 seed this year because he did take a loss in the group play stage, but cannot count him out at all. Comes in with an average time of 35.08. Tapatio is the 2 seed and has an average time of 33.50 and went undefeated in Group J. So he's a very solid player. I think he's been a quarterfinalist all 3 years, I believe. Certainly 18 and 20. I believe 19 as well. So, and he's very capable of dropping a sub 30 in a seed. So
if the seed accommodates, we could see 2 sub 30s. We could definitely see sub 35 if the seed allows it for sure. We should mention the winner of this matchup. The matchup faces Paradox in the semis, and the winner of that will face the winner of the Hacksaw versus Mitch Flower Power. Oh boy. And we begin, ladies and gentlemen, with a hand level. We'll tell you exactly what the item is in all 3 hand levels. If we hit all 3, and it's Tanuki suits.
So we have 1-1 giving us a hand stage and a Tanuki suit. 1-2. MaCobra already putting it to good use, and not a bad place to start it off with is 5-6. So he'll be able to move through this a little quicker than TapatioJ.
Again, it's very early goings on here. We're in World 1. And I believe this is the point where every race, at all the necessary situations are shuffled up.
Right. So 3-4 is in the 1/4 spot. So MaCobra, getting his P speed, is able to fly over. Tapatio's going to stop and get himself a Fire Flower. Unfortunately,
and then immediately lose it. Whoops.
Yeah, chat pointing out Ford is probably Vanilla Ford. Yes, probably. And depending on what power-up they have, they could go for the item here, which is faster, but well, actually they can't. Never mind.
No, they couldn't.
So I'm going to call a pseudo Fred here on the 1-5 beta being in the 1-5 slot. So that's interesting.
An interesting little situation, obviously. So a beta, would that be called a beta, Fred?
I guess it would be, yes. Yeah, beta Fred. I like that. Yeah.
Beta Fred. It makes sense, at least in this kind of situation.
So 4 stages down, pretty straightforward. Now we come to 2-3, and MaCobra.
Fire Chomp trying to play goalie at the or blocker at that point.
Yeah. So 2-3 is one of those stages you don't want to see early because you can get some really ugly enemy draws, as we're seeing here. And we've got, MaCobra, nice dodge there. And yeah, he's
beautiful dodging there, yeah.
Yeah, this is very good sort of defensive play there by MaCobra, preserving what he had. Tapatio lost Big Mario. Now he's got to be careful. Okay, there it is.
Lost Big Mario, but Tapatio, not bad. Oh, Fire Brothers to start in the Hammer Brothers department with a star.
Yeah, so that worked out pretty well for him. The first airship is World 6. This is the kind of airship where you can exploit. Tapatio taking a hit there.
And this is why I said yikes right there. That exact reason.
But he has he held on to his Tanuki suit, and well, he probably didn't need it for that.
He didn't need it, but he definitely was wanted at this point.
Cobra running into a very soft Larry, and we have our first wand at 334.
Yeah, just at under 4 minutes. That's actually pretty good.
Not bad considering they played 5 stages, plus an airship and a hammer bro.
Then again, the first stage we played was a hand level. We knew it was going to be a little quicker than we believed. Right.
So get out your commands and chat.
Get your commands in chat. Also, someone tell the king we can't. It's a quarantine.
Yeah.
And we have World 3 next.
Yeah, another Tanuki suit. So MaCobra gonna put that to good use here in 6-3.
Tanuki suit command. And here we go.
So take a look at the map.
Our first check will not happen before our first pipe check in World 3 will not happen in at least 4 stages. So we got time to kill.
What's interesting is all 5 pipes are visible right now at this very moment. So they have technically an 80% chance of it being the pipe they need. But of course, we all know it's probably going to be one of the other pipes.
I'm sorry, I have to comment on that beautiful block kill on that sun by MaCobra.
Yep, that was very nice. Very nicely done there in 6-10. Now we have our second beta stage, a 7-3, not a 7-2-3-9-ish beta. With fire chomps, it looks with oh, nice move by MaCobra. Threading the needle, unfortunately.
And a fire nipper playing defense.
Yep, and unfortunately,
that beautiful play too. That's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, he's kind of in the box here because he doesn't have any power-ups. He burned his Tanuki suit already, so he's got to be a little defensive here. He's waiting it out, and okay, he's through that, but this is a very ugly enemy pattern,
to say the least. There you go.
Oh, Tapatio getting clocked by the Paragoomba. Tapatio's got
beta stage, not generous in the slightest.
No, Tapatio because he held on to his Tanuki suit till now, is actually going to be able to take a shortcut through this and be able to speed through it. MaCobra, meanwhile, is in 5-7. So some heads-up play by both of our runners here in the first 7 minutes. I think the Haxor has it right. This enemy set in this level is Donkey. Yes, it is. There is no other term for it. Okay, we got a 1-fort World 3. MaCobra is actually going to play.
He's got to play. He's got a little bit of strategical advantage with the water, since those are big boys. He's not touching the floor, so he's thankfully able to take care of the Sumo Brothers with the B-wing and the wing.
MaCobra is going to go ahead and play this. Tapatio also, I'm not sure about this. I'd have at least checked because, yeah, it probably is what we think it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at that map and I'm like, it doesn't seem like you'll need. I mean, it's safe to at least open up some of the paths, but with an 80% chance, your odds are in your favor. Check your pipes would be the obvious strat.
Yeah,
you know what? I get the feeling that both are thinking. Sorry, MaCobra.
Yeah.
I get the feeling both are thinking Wendy's castle is locked.
MaCobra trying to go for the Warpless / Hundo strat didn't work. That's a favorite of his, and unfortunately it has backfired on him a couple of times. Tapatio's going to get a bro kill on Boom Boom. Get out your bros.
Bro.
Alright, there it is.
It looks like he's going to get that as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Tapatio not taking any chance of star kill on the Sumo Bros. Picks up his people.
Alright, so the block is broken, so we have to take out one more
pipes to check. Or Hammer Brothers. Obviously, both are trying to stock up on items.
Yeah, they both get their star. There is kind of a mindset that unless it's a forced draw, you avoid Hammer Bros whenever possible. And yep, they were right.
Yeah, good call. And you know what? Knowing that Wendy's castle could have been locked by the fort, not a bad call. Both are basically in sync at this point.
Right. MaCobra is gonna get a shot at a fire kill here, but not needed because it's a one-hit Wendy.
One-hitter quitter. Someone went to the salad bar.
So about a 6-second difference between our runners. As we go into World 3 predictions chat, we've had 1 and 3 so far. I'm going to continue with the odd number tradition and say 5.
7. I'm going to go on that, but 7.
All right. So, and following what the king is saying, if you haven't already, give our runners a follow.
Of course, give our runners a follow. Give us a follow if you feel generous. And hey, Pro was correct. World 5 is up next.
So we got a double pipe check, and this is interesting.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
But of course, the level protecting the fort is 5-3. Of course.
This is a very interesting distribution, and a boss bass to boot.
Yeah, well, at least he's topside. Actually, one of the races I had yesterday, he was down below, which kind of made things interesting.
Considering how low the floor can get on the bottom path.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, I was fine, but who rolled I have a pitchfork for them? That would be me. So yes, give me the pitchfork. I can take it.
You've been pitchforked before. Not a big deal.
Yeah. at least twice already this month. So Tapatio and MaCobra both at the Air Force, but Tapatio's a couple of seconds ahead of MaCobra right now.
This is essentially a lead. This will be traded back and forth at least until during the front half of this game. We should probably mention that this is obviously 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3, and this is obviously game 1.
Correct.
MaCobra doing a U-turn, checking what he needs to check.
Yep. So
Hello.
Both of them are playing Paradox Pipe. That was pretty obvious. So World 8 Fort, best fort in the game, is up next. So we'll see if they can get their 1 cycles. MaCobra is going for Fire Mario. TapatioJ is happy to stay as Raccoon Mario, possibly take a damage boost.
And Tapatio, beautiful run. He's got to get his damage boost.
So is MaCobra. So 1 cycle for both of them. Very nicely done. Tapatio still clinging to about a 5-second lead here as we go on to the next airship. We've seen World 6 and 4. I think we're going to make World 2.
I don't know. We have 1, 3, and 5. I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna stick with 7.
Yeah, I'm liking 7. I like getting all the odd numbered ones out of the way first.
I mean, it only makes sense. Front half odds, back half evens.
So another one
Weirder
hit.
things have happened.
So virtually even on the grab.
Oh, and MaCobra will have the screen, the screen skip.
Yeah, so MaCobra's gonna save about 2 seconds there. So I'd like to point out that our 3 current semifinalists are all in the chat right now. Mitch Flower Power, the Hacksaw, and Paradox64.
Watch and see what happens. We have a mushy in World 8. We have World 7. We have front half odds, back half evens.
Yep. So triple pipe checks. First pipe went nowhere, just to an item. Second pipe, ooh.
Second pipe, we have the Isle of Happiness, but the bridge needs to be built.
Right. I like Tapatio's going to play 7-5. He gets a triple pipe check as a result of this. MaCobra's found one of the 2 forts, so there is that.
U-turn. There are no clouds, so you have to play the level.
Ooh. 7-6.
Rough.
Sub-pixel perfect with the tail, so let's see how much he's been practicing this.
He's trying to work it.
Yeah.
Tapatio going to clear everything he needs to clear before unlocking everything there.
So Tapatio's found the other route, so we got ourselves a route divergence here, folks.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens now.
MaCobra's gone at least 15 or 20 tries here, still not able to get through.
You know, there you go. Moonwalk clip, too.
All right, so we got a 50-50 gamble here, and I bet World 7 forts. You watch. You heard it here first. 7F1, 7... Fort Knox.
So, what we have is World 7 fort. We have a World 6 fort on MaCobra's side.
And a World...
Actually, both are World 6, actually.
Oh, why are they making a liar out of me?
One of them's going to get to the Isle of Happiness. The other is going to get a booby prize.
Yeah, and
the first unlocks the Mushroom House.
It would be, I think, even worse for TapatioJ, just because if 7-6 doesn't play nice, that could take a long time. Waterfall, by comparison, doesn't take very long.
True. Well, we're about to find out. Both have beaten their respective castles. Boom Boom is dead. And a lock is broken. A lock looks broken.
And Tapatio got it.
Tapatio will move on.
So Tapatio has taken the lead on his 50-50 gamble. And MaCobra is lost. So that's big for for TapatioJ.
That's big for TapatioJ. He has a World War I airship, and this.
Yeah, this is big. This does swing the race.
This could be game one right here.
Could be.
How close both we're running right now? If there's like a major change going to the back half, this could be right here. This could be the turning point.
Could be. MaCobra's going to need at least 90 seconds to clear out Waterfall and in 6F3, so we'll see.
MaCobra I just found out he's got the booby prize.
Yeah, so yeah, MaCobra as a result might take a few gambles here, depending on what he gets. World 6 now. Alright, we got 2 forts and 2 locks, so one of these locks is going to break. It's just a question of which one. 4F1 leads off. Tapatio's going to take the bottom route. Gets his flower back.
Tapatio goes to the basin, picks up a flower.
Cobra's not stopping for the item. He's just going to P-speed his way through this. Very nicely done.
And MSR 1701, great equalizer. World 8 could be the difference, actually. But we got 3 worlds left to do.
So bottom route ends up being the one. Tapatio with his fire flower is able to take out the 2 hammers. Gets a hammer. This is interesting. He's got a choice here. Oh, is he going for it? He is going for it. He does have a
hammer.
This is okay. Well, he's gonna skip
it does skip a lock.
Okay, so not a terrible play. Skipped a couple of levels here, so I'm good on him.
It's not it's not one of those, and he does get his cloud back.
Yeah, so that helps.
So depending on how that tunnel plays, I don't know. This could be close.
I think that's overall a good play.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a hammer in World 2 that could be used, but he got pretty good mileage out of what he had. So we have 7-9 now for TapatioJ. So this level could take about 30-40 seconds.
And obviously you're not gonna try for the clips because the big boss pass is gonna play defense.
Right. Yeah. So no reason to do that. MaCobra getting the wand at about 1950, so he's about 2.5 minutes behind.
Which, you know, that's not the biggest lead to have, especially in this level of play. Let's put it this way: 1 or 2 gulps from Big Boss Bass can change the tide just as well.
Right, and depending on how MaCobra uses his locks and hammers, his closet and hammers, this could go easily back the other way. But right now, Tapatio holding a pretty substantial lead on MaCobra. MaCobra going top route. There's 5-9.
There's 5-9. There's your insta-cloud level right there, folks.
Yep. He's going to say no thank you. He is going to play the fort, though. He's going to arm himself with a P-Wing for 4F2 Donut Fort.
Not a bad play. He gets that going.
So now, well, MaCobra can't go for it's less viable for MaCobra to go for the hammer player because in Tapatio's case, the hammer bro came to Tapatio. MaCobra's got to play 7-3 to get there.
It's going to be very interesting going into, we have, let's see. We have 2 and 4 left. Tapatio going into the airship.
Depending on how it breaks, the hammer could come in handy for MaCobra in World 2. But it depends on the map. And another one-hit Koopa for Tapatio, and he gets it at 2150.
A lot of LOZ cards would say he's a shrimp.
Yeah, so MaCobra's is not gonna use his hammer. That's a good move. That's what we know is a good move because of how everything turns out. So he's still got a chance to make some good use out of that hammer if the map plays nice in World 2.
World 2 or World 4 even. Well, no, maybe not so much World 4 because hammers do not break locks anymore, correct?
There is a boulder that can be broken. You can save one level. We got double bridges. It looks like it's a double bridge play in World 4, so yeah. Oh, that's fun. But looks like the map is straightforward.
Yeah, we have a double bridge with Castle Island. Tapatio's got to pick up another Tanuki Suit idea on this hand level, and he's using his music box to calm down some Hammer Brothers.
Well, MaCobra picking up another cloud here, so he is rich in clouds right now. And gets another star, so he's...
At this point, we have... Alright, so we have one fort. One fort will build something. Now, obviously, that fort will build the bridge to the fort that will build the bridge to the airship. But that's the only way that can happen. Otherwise, what the heck are we doing here?
Right, exactly. So, therefore, yeah, he's gonna have to go through this gauntlet, take out the fort, then take out the fort on the island, and then he can go on to the airship. So, 7-8 for Tapatio, while MaCobra's in 7-9, just about finished there. Frog Soup for TapatioJ.
Now, is he's running with it for about 10 seconds, for about 2 seconds.
Alright,
at least you had it. And MaCobra runs into his Insta-Cloud levels just as well. Pays a toll. Super tanks, so we know 2 or 3 of levels in World 8 will not be in World 8.
MaCobra is going to play 6-5, and actually has a good item for this. So he knows that this lock... will break elsewhere, so he doesn't have to worry. So nice job by MaCobra. Tapatio's finished off super tanks.
Oh, good idea with the star. Avoids a couple of he faced off against a fire bro. Takes care of that real quick.
So MaCobra.
There's the worst fort in the game.
Yes, good old Piranha Fort. He's got a star, so he'll be able to get all the way to the Tunnel of Love, so that's nice.
Yeah, actually, even through the Tunnel of Love, that's not bad. Good maneuverability.
So MaCobra's about 3.5 minutes behind, but we still have World 2 in play, and if the map goes in his favor, and Tapatio doesn't pick up another hammer somewhere, this lead could shrink dramatically.
And then it'll be up to World 8.
Great equalizer. And
we call it that for a reason.
So another command in chat for MaCobra this time. So we've had 2 commands so far, 1 from each player. Oh, it's a 3-fort World 4. Oh.
Hello.
Wow. Okay. And there's... Whoa.
That's gonna make for an interesting World 2 and for World.
So Tapatio played Piranha Fort needlessly. So that's interesting. So MaCobra sees the map, got a good look at the map there. So now he's got intelligence that Tapatio doesn't. So MaCobra can actually save himself a little bit of time here.
We have a trolled World 4.
Yeah, there we go.
You thought it was a 2-fort World 4, but it was me, the 3rd fort.
Yeah. So Tapatio is, as Stewie Carbon just so eloquently put it, Tapatio played 2/4 for no reason. Yep, pretty much.
Pretty much.
So MaCobra's got a chance here to close the gap by about a minute or so if he guesses right.
If he tilts the screen to the right on the map, he closes the gap.
MaCobra's gonna take a dip down below to avoid Angry Sun. Iggy.
2-hitter. 3. Finally a solid one.
There we go. There's a solid Iggy. So 5 hits. Get out your commands in chat. So 2746 for TapatioJ. So now we get to the moment of truth. Does MaCobra guess right here? He knows there's 3/4. He looked at the map. You know, he's going to play...
Brother, he went to the left.
Understandable. You know, play what's in front of you. So... And Super Tanks is really short, so this is like 20 seconds.
This is not even 30.
Right.
Command. And
all right.
World 2.
2/4, 1 pipe, so hammer might not be needed here. Depends on where it ends up.
And MaCobra, what does he do? He goes he goes right.
Oh no, MaCobra!
Oh no!
MaCobra!
No. We got troll.
Oh, that hurt. That's
playing through.
Ah. Yeah.
And he saw it. He saw the 3rd fort.
Yeah, that is going to leave a mark, unfortunately. And at this point, although we still got World 8 in play, this is
World
essentially...
8 could be a troll. We'll see.
But right now it's Tapatio's to lose as we go into the final stages here of Game 1. Tapatio's going to take a look at the pipe. What's he got?
The end of the level. he's got to cloud it. He does that. He's all the way at the World 8. And by the way, for those joining us, the world order is 1, 3, 5, 7, 6, 4, 2, 8. Those joining us.
Yeah, MaCobra still has clouds, but that's only going to take him so far because he can actually only use one of them. So he's got to hope. He's got to hope that 8-1 or 8-2 pops up early. Got a thick Morton. How salty is Morton? Well,
salty enough.
Oh, and Tapatio gets rid of him before that fight got really ugly.
That one hurt just a tad.
Yeah, so MaCobra is in real trouble here. He's going to need a terrible World 8 to throw this back into the frame for him right now. Tapatio is well on his way to a win here. And it really came down to gambles. I mean, he got World 7 wrong. He got World 4 wrong. You know, what are you going to do?
We got pipe checks aplenty here. But one is pretty much Nopington the 3rd on that one. More pipe checks and a regular tank level, which is a beta for World 5.
Tapatio is going to play this through. Oh, we got hit, so that's unfortunate.
Fire chain.
3106 for MaCobra. He's got to hustle now. We got an 8-4. We got another pipe. More commands in chat. Okay.
All right. It goes for the shortcut. Do we find the keep? No.
Ooh, that's ugly.
That.
Okay, Tapatio's going to play Super Tanks. That's a good idea. Just get that out of the way.
May as well. You may as well. It's there.
It's really out of the way. You really don't want to do this. You don't want to come back to this, in other words. Like, this is a really awkward spot, you might as well just do it. Whether or not it actually does anything remains to be seen.
It's the safer strat, and Tapatio does have that option.
Yeah, so Tapatio is going to take down Boom Boom here in H2O Fort. MaCobra is almost finished with 2 Fort, which is a Fred, by the way, but who's counting?
Well, actually, Vanilla in world, but not in position.
Right.
As you see plainly here.
Cobra is going to check the pipe. He's going to carry on. And, okay, so we got Navy and Air Force in the spots here.
And we do need to build the bridge, so either the Air Force or the Navy are going to build something. And it looks like it's going to be the Navy.
Well,
or maybe the Navy leads to the Air Force, which leads to the bridge being built.
Right, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. So Tapatio is in 5F1. Cobra is just about to take on Morton now. Sees what he's got. So 33-21. So yeah, about 3+ minutes behind. Yeah, this is there.
It does. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was like, oh god, that's too funny. That is too funny.
So Tapatio completes his naval training course and is down, so that should do it, I think. No, we've still got 1 fort left to play, but this should be it.
This should do the trick.
Nope, it's the fort.
It's the fort!
Alright.
Whoa! Wow.
MaCobra, unfortunately, is going to play 5F. Is not going to get there. And 5F2 is the gatekeeper. MaCobra is playing this, and yep.
Now, this entire game depends on MaCobra finding the room and going to the fort at this point. But it may be a little too late.
Unfortunately, yes. That did it. So Tapatio's got a free pass to Bowser as he gets caught by the hand eternally, but we shall see. Or 8-1, excuse me. It's 8-1, so and it's another beta level. Alright, so MaCobra took out 3F2, but yeah, he's still behind, still trying to catch up.
And there we go.
MaCobra sees the fort. Okay, there it is. So Tapatio with a fire flower. And he is going to follow suit and play Navy. So yeah, this is all that sealed it for TapatioJ, who's going to now in the early stages of the fort. Cobra taking
He's going to go for the world's most famous clip.
Yep. See if he can get top side clip. And
he's got. Oh wow!
Mac and Cheese is the top clip. So there it is. So 35 fireballs are all that separate TapatioJ from a Game 1 victory.
No, it's sealed. We'll tell you the time as soon as we get through the door. But down goes Bowser Koopa. Wow.
So get out your GGs for TapatioJ, who takes Game 1 of this best of 3 with an official SRL time of 36:45. So GGs to TapatioJ.
And that's game one. MaCobra doing the rounds. You know, he could feasibly still finish it. Oh, no, I don't think he's going to finish. He's doing the rounds. He avoids the hand level.
Yeah, now
The
it's interesting because 8 Fort was right there the whole time. They could have conceivably played it, but you know, it's not. It's in such a position where you wouldn't normally think to like, oh well, I'm going to play that, of course. So it's kind of an interesting little bit of misdirection on the Seed's part to. It's like it's there, but it's like, do I really want to play it? But so MaCobra has finished off the last fort. He'll be able to cloud 8-1, so that's one thing Tapatio could not do.
Yeah, and he will more than likely cloud it.
Yeah, so...
And he does.
Yeah, so he's got a Fire Flower of his own. Should be able to break 40 here, so he'll be about 2.5 to 3 minutes behind first try.
Good clippage there.
Well, yeah, MaCobra is no stranger to most of these clips. He is an accomplished Warpless and Hundo player, so a lot of this is very familiar to him. Does he get it on first try? Nope.
No mac and cheese.
I think at this point he's just going to go for it, because he knows he's lost, so he's going to do it for the fans.
Do it for the people.
Well, after 6 tries, he thought, you know what? To hell with that, I'm just going to finish this. Although...
let's see what we... Oh, no lasers, but a very, very treacherous fireball there.
That ending was kind of nasty, but 35 fireballs anyways, and down goes Bowser. So that will wrap up game 1 here as the defending champ.
And the defending champ will lose the first one, but he sub 40s it officially. Official SRL time 39:24.
So GG's to MaCobra and TapatioJ for a fine performance in game 1. So we're gonna get game 2 set up here in a few minutes, and stay tuned for game 2 of 3 of our final quarterfinal match.
We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Speed Gaming 2 here on Twitch.tv for game number 2 of 3 of this quarterfinal match in the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer tournament. We're in the bracket stage. This matchup between MaCobra52 and TapatioJ, Matty J, and Pro007 here with you for the festivities. With three of the other semifinalists in the chat room as well to watch the festivities go down. For the first matchup, you missed the first matchup was completed about 5 minutes ago. The winner was indeed, as you could see, TapatioJ with a time of 36:45 over was at 39:24. So that first race was interesting, to say the least.
I think if nothing else, it exemplifies that Mario 3 Randomizer, the more I think about it, is, it's a game of gambles. It's a lot of 50-50 calls, and if you get them right, they can pay off tremendously, and if they don't, they can hurt you in so many ways. And unfortunately, MaCobra got hurt pretty bad in World 7, having to play a few extra levels, one of which was 7-6, which took him a long time to get the clip. So that really put him behind the 8 ball, and he never really recovered from that. He was always about 2.5 minutes behind after that point. And Tapatio, while not getting all the gambles, was able to give himself a comfortable lead.
Just a lot of smart plays, really. Or just the game, the right game was paid off, and the rest of it was intelligent plays.
Right. Yeah. Both of them played very well. It was a long seed, and MaCobra, unfortunately, because of the map draws, wasn't getting what he needed to really kind of close the gap. If World 2 had been nicer to him, and which was the final world before World 8, he really could have closed the gap and made this a race. Unfortunately, it was not to be.
That being said, though, we are about to enter not World 2, game number 2 of 3. If TapatioJ wins it, he moves on. We will not need a game 3. However, if MaCobra catches up, we will force a game 3, and that's when things will go hello.
Yes. Yeah. And if my match last night was any indication, I took game 1, but that didn't mean anything. We still got potentially two games left to play, and well, if game 2 last night was any indication, we're in for a barn burner, because from what I remember of last night's game 2, that was an insanely paced seed. It was too nice for me. It was like, oh, this is too nice. It was a jet seed.
We may have a jet seed which might be evenly matched by both. We don't know. That might be game 3 for all we know.
Could be.
We'll only find out in just about a few seconds.
So we got our predictions in for first world. I'm going to say World 2. Reverse.
4.
All right. And
World 4 it is.
All right. So we lead off with World 4. And okay, we got a fairly generous draw here with the pipes and a fort right up front. Get their music box. All right, so let's see what we got here. And it's a quasi-Fred. It's 4F2 Donut Fort.
It's just not on the island. It's on the mainland.
Yeah. Oh, Tapatio this time.
No.
That's unfortunate. That's gonna set him back a bit, and yeah, so that's an unfortunate setback for him. MaCobra finishes off, and unfortunately that fort was utterly meaningless. So
yeah.
Well, maybe not utterly meaningless, but pretty close.
I mean, Unless you want to play stage 4 over there, but I believe that's a big fat nope.
Yeah, so
pyramid with a couple of shoe Goombas.
And chat does bring up a good point. It could have been blocking something, and it probably was, but still.
More than likely was. It probably was blocking the actual fort. You never know.
Yeah, it's still not a good feeling. So, MaCobra lost his fire suit, but we'll continue on. Picked up a frog suit from the Hammer House. Another music box. So you gotta play one more level before said fort. Probably 4F1, you watch. They love pairing the World 4 forts together.
Absolutely. And there's the other fort. Looks like oh, we got Atlantis.
We got Atlantis.
No, and it has to be played.
Yep, a forced Atlantis. So if you don't want to watch 60-something seconds of underwater auto-scrolling, go out and take a quick smoke break because this will take a while. Refresh
your beverage. You have time for popcorn too.
Yeah, popcorn.
In fact, I'm not gonna lie, I am tempted to go now. I can't. I'm doing this, but still.
Yeah, MaCobra's unfortunately down to Small Mario. He's got to be careful. Enemy draws here can be nasty. Ooh, okay.
It almost was nasty, but he does get his mushroom back.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Paragoon, but that's the guy and he got hit again. MaCobra taking no chances, gets rid of the Paragoomba. See if Tapatio holds on better. Okay, got Big Bertha. No problem. He's through.
And there you go. Done and done. With two Boomerang brothers playing goalie.
Yeah, not great, but they got it done. So MaCobra there it is, 4F1. The way the randomizer works, it does seem to favor pairing same world forts in said world. So world 4 forts tend to be bunched together. 5, 7, 3 not so much. Oh, MaCobra!
Oh!
MaCobra!
MaCobra thought he had enough time to get the mushroom to take the hit. But unfortunately, no.
An unfortunate gamble there hurts him, but not fatally. But yeah, he's going to take bottom route now.
Got to even things out a little bit more.
A little bit. MaCobra is going to say no thanks to that leaf. Rather stay as regular Mario. Tapatio was also going to take bottom route. We did in game 1. MaCobra actually went top route in game 1.
Yeah, one went top route, the other one went bottom route, and obviously Tapatio, he's going bottom route this time around.
Yeah. MaCobra is in the World 2 airship.
Sorry, we're saying the same thing there.
That's alright. So we'll see if Iggy plays nice here. Iggy has a notorious hitbox, so let's see how this goes. It's a thick Iggy.
We got a thick Iggy. We got a thickie. All right, folks. Call it. What's next?
Well, you're the amazing. You're the amazing Kreskin on this one. I'm gonna say 2.
I'm not gonna give myself that much credit.
Yeah.
I got lucky. It was a 1 out of 7 chance.
Hey.
All right. What do we have here? What do we have next? And we have Frog Suit and World 5. So
Mike as a fighter was correct. And he even said he was 69% sure. Well, that's assurance you can't buy.
I'll buy that for $1.
Money in the bank. Well, so just a frog suit from the princess. MaCobra's going to try to one-cycle 8 Fort. He's going to have to take a damage boost, but, yep. Oh, he missed! Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he's going to just... I think he was going to try to damage boost his way through. He's having a little trouble, with the down input, though. Missed twice before finally getting it. Tapatio is not going to one-cycle this, fortunately. So we're now in 3-1. Gotta watch out for that cheap. Yeah. He's gotten me a couple of times lately. Cobra opting to go for the item here. Might be feeling a little skittish right now. It's like he's already taken a couple of lumps here. Might be feeling, well, better to just play it safe.
Meanwhile, we have a pipe check, and we are going upstairs, everybody.
Alright, so, okay, so this is fine. No other forts.
With Beta 1.6 on tap.
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes. Well, not on tap screen, but yes.
Well, on tap as in what we have on screen, not on tap screen, which will be soon enough, which will be accurate in both intention and the sense of the word.
So tap is actually tap is going the other way. He gets 3-5. Okay. Oh, MaCobra gets a 7-6 again. Let's see if he can do the frog clip.
You can do a frog clip?
Yes, you can. It's a he should have an item.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Does he not have an item? Is he really doing this?
Not anymore.
Well, no, he's going for it.
3 more, I know that.
He's going for it. Oh, man. This is huge.
Salute the man, that's what I say. And Tapatio is going through something, going for the clip.
Yeah, well, it's easier as regular Mario. Nice pipe jump by MaCobra there, though, to get up.
Beautiful, yeah.
Chad is pointing out MaCobra only has music boxes. Well, so that's unfortunate for him, though all things considered, could have been worse.
Could have been worse. This obviously evens things out. Actually, it looks like Tapatio will pick up a lead. But that'll be just about it. It will be a lead for now.
And Tapatio just lost Big Mario, and he really wants that star now because 5-3 is a gauntlet.
You know what's crazy? In vanilla, I like 5-3.
Yeah, unfortunately, 5-3 is not a particularly pleasant stage in Randomizer, especially if you get an ugly enemies draw with nippers and what have you, and Boss Bass. There's Boss Bass. Hi, Boss Bass, and bye, Boss Bass.
Hi, Boss Bass. Bye, Boss Bass.
So some good star play by MaCobra has pretty much synced the runners now. As you can see, MaCobra's, because he's Big Mario, actually takes a slight lead here. So yes, MaCobra or Tapatio will play Paradox in the semifinals next week. The other semifinal between Mitch Flower Power and the Hacksaw has been established. Tapatio's going for the coin ship. MaCobra's just going to go into the Navy.
And Tapatio will pick up a hammer. So the coin ship, not a bad idea.
No, that's a good divergence. That's a good divergence there. We still have world. We still have 3 of the 4 hammer worlds left in play. 2, 3, and 6. So it's got a pretty decent chance of paying off here.
Meanwhile, MaCobra will be the first one to finish his World 5.
Got a thick Roy here.
He could have been a contender.
Well, he's not, unfortunately. He's just Fried Koopa now, 11:45 for MaCobra, a long World 5.
The question is, how do you like your fried Koopa? Original recipe or extra crispy?
Wouldn't mind the extra crispy, actually, right about now.
I know, right?
So what's our chat? We got a 7. I'm going to say 1.
I'm thinking 6. We have an anchor and World 3. For those wondering, the anchor is a wild card. Be anything but the anchor. It'll be the same in the seed if we see 2 of those.
You're really hoping it's either a hammer suit or a cloud. Judging from the map, we saw 3 pipes. 1 is protected behind a lock. Unfortunately, double hammer does not apply here, so MaCobra kind of dodges a bullet there. That hammer will not be used. Will not actually be useful here. Right now, at any rate. So 6-9 is in the books, so now we're going to get our pipe check.
Pipe check number 1 leads us to... Oh, and we can't break that lock anymore.
That's probably actually the... I'm not sure that's... If you're... As a player, like, that's not the answer you wanted to see exactly, because now there's a guarantee of 2 more levels you have to play, plus probably 2 forts, depending on how this breaks. So this is not exactly what you were hoping to see. That said, 5-1 is not the worst stage you could get, but we've got a 1-stage gap right now between our runners. MaCobra was about 30 seconds ahead with the wand grabs with Roy. I was in 3-6. Yeah, Paradox is right. You wanted the castle pipe to be the one down the lock. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you want that.
Yeah. Alright, so next pipe check. What do we got? Alright, so...
Well, we have two castles. We have 2 fortresses, so I think the smart strat at this point would be play both, see what happens.
Yeah, I'd probably actually go back just to take a look after 3F2.
Yeah.
It's about a 10-second detour, but if you're right, then you can just finish. Yeah, play 1 and screen scroll. Yeah, pretty much. Well, you can't screen scroll there. You have to actually go back to the pipe. Check. That's the problem.
Oh, Tapatio is going to jump in on that. Looks like one's broken. MaCobra's going to make a check.
Oh, MaCobra's actually checking the other pipe, and he's right.
No.
Yeah. Yep, so he's got to play the other one. Bet it's 3F1.
Do we have the third door fort? No, we have 5.
5F1, alright. So about a 1-stage difference. Ooh, got clocked. MaCobra got clocked there. He's going to have to play this cleanly the rest of the way, but no problem. Got a good draw. Got a good pattern with the disco waffles. He's fine. So Tap is doing the same thing, and really, I can't blame him because I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, it did make sense.
So
Tapatio's going to take care of some Boomerang Brothers while on his way.
Yeah.
I think it's a music box.
I think he Oh, MaCobra, I think used the music.
I think he got himself lost there.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah, I think he used the anchor and by or
that was
used
the music box, yeah.
Yeah, so nonetheless, we're on to the World 1 airship.
Booby prize, ladies and gentlemen. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So how nice is Wendy gonna be today? Very.
Very nice. Just went to the salad bar.
That's 2 in a row now. So anchor is music box. MaCobra's got it at 1645. Tapatio's gonna be about 45 seconds behind, I'd say, at this point, maybe more. So he played the extra hammer bro. So that was like 12 extra seconds right there. Mike is a fighter is saying 7 is the next world. Well, he's done pretty well so far. And okay,
not today. Hammer and the letter on World 1 next.
And a pretty nice World 1 by comparison. Just a forward in plain view. Just needs to build a bridge. Cobra gonna put those P-speed strats to use. 1732 for TapatioJ.
Still going to be very interesting back half now because we have, of course, World 8. And now we have 2, 6, and 7 left to be played.
Right. And 2 of them are hammer worlds. Tapatio's got a hammer, MaCobra doesn't. How important is that going to be? 1-5 in.
Fred.
Yeah, it's not a perfect Fred, but close enough. It's in the spot. It's the 1-2 tile, but hey. And MaCobra taking damage, proving the one of the few commandments of Randomizer: never trust 1-5. Is that boulder on the World 1 map actually hammerable? Unfortunately, it is not. We have talked about that. I don't think it's actually feasible, but we have talked about it.
It's one of those things where the ones on the maps, if it's not in the direct path, it's not brokenable, I guess you could say. Like between the one and the mushroom house. Yeah, I don't think that's meant to be breakable.
It could be. I mean, it
could be, but.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. That it wouldn't make sense because there's a hammer, so MaCobra's got it. So MaCobra got what he needed. That almost negates Tapatio's advantage right now because that was his thing. He had the hammer. Now,
and we have more airship action here. World 7 to be precise.
And MaCobra P-speeding his way through it. Very nicely done. Just a 2-hit Larry. So we're halfway home at 9. Oh, it was a 3-hitter? So 1949. 1949 for MaCobra at the halfway point.
Yeah, this was a pretty decent front half. Now let's see how godlike we get a back half. I'm thinking World 7 next.
World 7?
And World 6 is up for the back half.
All right, so we got a pipe, 2 pipes and a fort. This is a fort, so you might as well play it. World 2 fort. So Tapatio is going to grab the wand at 20:44, so 55 seconds behind MaCobra at this point.
And Caudell, that definitely should say Schwartz instead of Force. Agreed. May the Schwartz be with you. I can do the whole thing, but we got to move on. But
yeah. Okay, that broke the locks. We got 3 pipes, so I mean, MaCobra's got 3 hammers.
He's got 3 hammers. He's got to be fine.
Yeah,
breaks 1 pipe.
Well, this is a one-stage. It's a one-stage skip, but whatever. And he's probably gonna break
what?
that.
A skip is a skip.
A skip is a skip. He's probably gonna use another hammer on that boulder right there because he's got enough to cover. So why not? And we have 6F1.
I would feel so bad for MaCobra if it turns out that that does not break the lock. He has got to go right back to the beginning.
Well, he should be alright.
He should, but this is Randomizer.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine based on the map. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. So Tapatio sees the state of affairs and is going to take the one-stage skip with his hammer.
There it is.
So, ooh, 8-1.
1.
Yeah, this is one of those stages that can go so horribly wrong or right, and it really is dependent on the enemy pattern, and Cobra is not leaving anything to chance to find out. He's just getting out of here as fast as he can.
Gets it done, gets out of there. Yep.
Tapatio unfortunately took a hit there. So he's not going to be able to do a fire kill on Boom Boom. MaCobra finds 4-5 and runs right into a green Koopa. A giant green Koopa, no less. See how Tapatio handles 8-1 here. So on to... Oh boy, Tapatio's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
That could have gone so much worse, but it gets through. Get through after that one. There you go.
Cobra, keeping his P-speed, is going to get a shot at a fire kill here on Lemmy, and this is the easiest one to get a fire kill on because of where he starts.
Like nothing.
So Tapatio actually went the other way and gets 6-7. So all things considered, MaCobra probably got the better draw there with 4-5, although he had a little trouble with it.
Yeah, a little bit of a better draw, but MaCobra's still in a lead at this point.
Yep, and he's got another hammer for World 2. Ooh, Tapatio almost... Good thing he had that tail. It would have been a little bit of a problem if he didn't.
Frog suit entering World 2.
Alright, so Ford up front in its Air Force. Doesn't look like the hammer is going to have much utility unless it's right next to the other one. We'll actually find out based on the Hammer Bro's movements. If the Hammer Bro doesn't move, then we already know where the pipe is because the pipes are right next to each other, and Hammer Bros can't overlap pipes. A one-hit Lemmy. So 25-15 for TapatioJ. He remains 1 minute behind. Okay, so that didn't break anything visible, which is good, which is pretty good news.
That's not a bad thing, but we need to break a lock.
Right, it probably broke the lock that he needed, so that worked out. So 5-3 beta for MaCobra. This level can be surprisingly difficult, even though it's mostly fish enemies, but there can be a lot of lag if you get a lot of bloopers.
Though he gets a...
Yeah, Fire Mario makes this pretty straightforward. If you're small Mario, this can be an adventure.
5-2 up next. Meanwhile, stuff is happening.
Yeah. Things are happening.
Things in video games are being played, and people are talking over them.
Okay,
I lost my spot. That's what happened.
Okay. MaCobra is going to use...
Scroll, see what he's got. He's moving right along.
Yeah, MaCobra is going to use his hammer, saves a pipe transition, so that's fine. So World 7 awaits. MaCobra is going to go in there with a fairly decent lead on his opponent. TapatioJ's putting the Hammer Bros to sleep. Good idea. Ooh, TapatioJ.
Chain shop, loose chain shop caught TapatioJ.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So MaCobra is there. Let's see. I was going to go for a fire kill. He is going to go for a fire kill. Nice.
He does get a fire kill.
So 27-47 for MaCobra. Continuing to cling to that lead as we go into World 7, which is World 7.
Fred?
Well, matter of percentages at that point. And while we have a slight break in the action, give our runners a follow if you haven't already. This is some great stuff.
And there's World 7. And at this point, we can tell you for Game 2, 4, 5, 3, 1, 6, 2, 7, and 8. The order of worlds played in this particular randomized case.
All right, so
MaCobra's got with a fort to do, which right now we have super tanks.
Right, it's a 1-fort World 7. MaCobra got it right away, so this is going to be a much easier and nicer World 7 than the one he had in Game 1, where he had to play a couple of extra stages that really put him behind the box.
Paradox saying it's a free World 7. Cheap, I would more than likely. But free would have been the tunnel right in front of the...
Yeah, not 100% free, but pretty good. 29-12 for TapatioJ. He's about 90 seconds behind now.
There we go. I was going to say before I got yanked off for about a second there, this is not exactly specifically a free World 7, but definitely a cheap a cheap World 7. A free one would have been the tunnel right in front of the camp.
Yeah, a blue light special. This is
definitely a 99-cent, well, maybe a $2 one.
Yeah.
Cheap,
so
for sure. Cheap for sure.
MaCobra is just barreling through this. He's not going to stop. TapatioJ's going back. This is going to hurt.
That's bad. That's not good.
This could really hurt him, especially if one of those. Yeah, that's not what he wanted. Cobra using his P-Wing for the World 3 airship.
Music box to take care of the Piranha, and on to airship number 7. Or though this is World 2.
Right, World 3 airship, yeah. And MaCobra with the P-Wing gets the gets the grab off screen. So 30-35. TapatioJ, I think, has realized, yep.
Whoopsie doodle.
Well, he's going to be pleased and irritated that this is the correct answer. But MaCobra in a pretty good spot here going into World 8. We got Rocky 4 quote for us.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of HE double hockey sticks playing nice with MaCobra.
Well, yeah, MaCobra sees the lay of the land off the first pipe. 8-1 and possibly Super Tanks. He's going to play Navy right now. And, of course, 7F2, a.k.a. Piranha Fort.
A.k.a. the worst in the game. I don't care what y'all think. That's my opinion. A star to make it a little easier, though.
Yeah, they'll take him through to the Tunnel of Love. Is he going to go for Peace Speed? Yeah, kinda. He's going to have a free pass all the way to the second room. MaCobra bringing up a good... not MaCobra. Paradox bringing up a good point. We have not seen what the item is that Bowser gives them. Could be anything, really. They're hoping for a hammer suit, but anything would be nice, except for a music box, really. Alright, so MaCobra's going to check the pipe, vanilla pipe now. Let's see what he got. Well, there's another pipe check. Oh, he's got... This is huge. The good news is, if this isn't... Ooh, he got clocked by,
Got caught by a boo.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't use one of his frog suits. If no other reason than to take a damage boost. Anyway, 6F3. So if it's not this, the fort right nearby is readily accessible. All he has to do is go over.
It's a quick U-turn at this point, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it stands to reason MaCobra's going to tie things up and force a game 3. Yep.
And if this is it, this is all but over. If it's not, Tapatio's still got a shot here, but he's really gonna need it to be that tanks level that MaCobra saw and was like, nah, I don't want to take a 50-50 on that.
No, U-turn it is.
Well, it's not a great sunk cost there. I mean, okay, there's
Fort Knox could do it.
Fort Knox, yeah. 33-30 for Tapatio. He's almost 3 minutes back now. Bowser's Carpet Emporium. Bowser's Carpet Emporium.
You mean Fort Knox? Well, no wonder it's closed.
Well, no, the Gold Horde, yeah, Fort Knox, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Tapatio is going to take a look at the pipe. Let's see. So, Tapatio decides not to take a chance. Okay, so it is tanks, it is one of those two tanks in the dark area. Which one? Well, this is big. So MaCobra inadvertently dodged a huge bullet there. Because if Tapatio decided to play that tanks and it was a fort. And it was a fort. 6F2. Oh. That's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, really?
It's one of those, if you were playing, you'd be throwing the controller on the ground going, really?
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, that's just all sorts of wrong. But there it is. 6F2 is the correct answer. MaCobra, it is his to lose. Oh, it looks like the Bowser item was a fire flower.
Ooh. And there's the bridge. Nothing else was blocking it. MaCobra is, and he gets a clip.
Yeah. Well, I think if MaCobra's like, I just gotta get out of here. I'm like, I don't know if he thinks he's ahead or behind at this point. It's really hard to tell. This is the kind of seed where it's like, well, you know, if I win, I win. But I know for MaCobra's case, like, that's not really an answer. It's like he has to win this to force a game 3.
And he gets that clip. Yeah, this one's done.
This is it. 35 fireballs, and we're on to game 3.
And down goes Koopa.
Get out the GGs for MaCobra52, who's going to force a game 3 in this insane tilt.
We'll get you that time as soon as he gets through the door. It's an official SRL time of 36:54.
GG's to MaCobra.
In SRL, he goes GG game 3 hype, I guess.
Yeah.
You guess. You guess.
He's modest like that.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, GG's to MaCobra. It's like, yeah, like that's. Got to make sure to write that down. I don't want to forget that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's like, yes. 6F2 was the answer all along. It was right in front of your noses.
Yep.
So Tapatio should be wrapping this up in the next couple of minutes here. So it'll be interesting to see how they decide to go about this with game 3 as far as their mindset is. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you play this? You know, what do you play tough? Do you play more tight? Do you really? For me, the game 3s I've done, it's like by the time I get to game 3, it's like oh screw it, let's just go out and do this. Let's have some fun. Like all the tension really, paradoxically, all the tension is gone. All the nervous energy is like, okay, let's just do this. It's like it's not like aggressive or nervousness, but yeah,
all the nerves and all the nerves and the feeling out process is done. And to pay Tapatio the nice clip to start us off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like let's just go. It's like let's have a good fight now.
As we get 2 in a row, he look. And he mac and cheesed both too. We'll get you that SRL time in just a few seconds. And it looks like we're for both races so far. Sub 40s. Official SRL time for TapatioJ. 39:52. So we are sub 40ing the 2 seats so far.
Yeah, neither seat has been none of their times are almost identical. They're finished. Their win and loss times are almost identical. Kind of interesting.
This is now we just need a nice even jet seat to get things under 30. Game 3 jet seed. That'd be awesome. That being said, we're gonna take a break and set up game number 3 in just a few minutes. We shall return with that game 3. Do not go too far.
And we are back for Super Mario Brothers 3 quarterfinal action in this 2020 Randomizer tournament, the true March Madness. Now that the NCAA tournament is gone, we are the true March Madness. And boy, if you've seen our quarterfinal matches, you know exactly what we're talking about. And we've seen two very interesting matches here in this quarterfinal action between the 2-seed TapatioJ and the 10-seed MaCobra52, also our defending champion. As MaCobra had some trouble in game one with his routing and some 50-50 guesses, and Tapatio took a pretty convincing win in game one. But game two, MaCobra stormed back, and thanks to some fairly astute play on his part, was able to pull away for a fairly easy win, although it easily could have turned the other way if they had played the correct fort. But that's the nature of the randomizer. So we are here for game three. The winner will move on to the semifinals. and we'll play the 6th seed Paradox 64 in what will be, regardless, one hell of a match. I'm Pro A007, and joining me is the immortal Matty J316. So here we go. Get your world order prediction. Get your first world predictions into chat. We're gonna start in about 1 minute, and so we'll see how tricky this final match will be. The first two have not exactly been slow. Have not been quick or slow. They've been in the mid-30s. So for the winning time, which is about average. But let's see if we can get a jet seed to finish this off. So we got a variety of predictions in chat. I am going to say World 7. The flag has been dropped. We should be starting in about 30-40 seconds. And earlier today, for those of you watching who didn't watch on SpeedGaming 2, the Hacksaw, the 8th seed, took down the 1 seed GamerCal in a 2-0 sweep to move on to the semifinals, where he'll take on the 5 seed Mitch Flower Power, who moved on last night after defeating, well, me. So
yeah, that'll get a little awkward.
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah. 30 seconds of grief, and they're like, yeah, whatever. You know, compared to what else is going on in the world, my losing a race is not a terribly significant thing.
And because of my disconnection, I have lost myself. I am kicked. I need to get kicked out of. Dang it. Anyway, never mind me. I've just been disconnected, and now I have to. Oh, there we go.
All right, so we lead off here in World 2. 5-2 is the starting point. So here we go. It's a toast to perspective, yes. You know. So our two runners do not take the fall of shame into the pit and are moving along comfortably. So, okay, we got a pipe, we got a fort, and a lock. So this is looking pretty good for our runners. And, yeah, they're probably going to play this through. Tapatio is going to have to... Oh, boy. Okay, well, he took care of the top. He got rid of the top fire, bro, but how does he get rid of the bottom one? Oh, well.
Interesting.
If nothing else, that's props for some very heads-up play by Tapatio. Most players would have just wilted at that, but Tapatio's like, no, I can do this.
I got this. It's still good. It's still good.
Yeah, it's just a little fiery and wet. It's still good. It's still good.
It's gone.
Yeah. Well, they certainly are, but now I gotta watch that episode after this. I hope you're happy.
Hey, it's classic Simpsons. Are you complaining? Really?
Not even a little bit. So yeah, the red fort is 2 fort. That's kind of a threat, I suppose.
Almost.
Yeah, it's kind of a it's okay. That broke the lockdown below. MaCobra is going to take on Hammer.
He's got to take that on.
So there's a P-wing for MaCobra. And we have 7-7. That's the first time we're seeing that tonight. I actually keep track of these things on my little handy-dandy notebook.
The Muncher run.
The Muncher run, yeah. 7-7 has not appeared yet tonight. There are a lot of levels that haven't appeared tonight, but that's one of them. That's a fairly notable one. I could go on, but I don't want to jinx our run too much.
Yeah, we're hoping for a jet seed, not one of the extra 1 hour and a half long seeds. That would be bad.
Well, we got our first airship is World 3. Tapatio's not going to go for the two-star run. He's just going to play it safe. Cobra. I think that was all 5, too.
Yep.
So MaCobra is the first one out at 350. Tapatio is just entering. So he'll be about 30 to 40 seconds behind, I'd say.
MaCobra will have a lead, but not the lead going into the second world.
No, we
got. Go ahead. Make my day.
I'm gonna say.
Pick what's the next one.
I'll say 1. I think I like him 1 for some reason.
Yeah, kind of feeling 1 myself. We have a flower on the ladder on World 7.
Well, this is an interesting setup. They got a lock in front behind a pipe. They got 1 linear path. Okay. Leading the horse to water. All right. Well. And leading the horse away from
one unlocks something at the beginning, one unlocks something at the end. So once again, it's the path to peace or the booby prize.
Well, in this case, it's not so bad because it's an easy check after Air Force. So, all things considered, I was thinking this was going to be a really ugly 7 at the outset. This didn't actually turn out to be so bad. Alright, yeah, MaCobra is going to check.
What do we have here? We have...
It's it.
There you go. No music box, so we do have to go through the piranha.
This is early enough to where that's kind of that's okay. Yeah. You get a free item out of the deal, so it's fine.
No complaints to be had.
Well, that star is like, yeah, whatever. Nice clip there by MaCobra just to show off some swag.
Swag.
Yeah, he's
swag of the Christie, especially with the P-Wing.
Yeah, he's using that for the World 4 airship, so he'll be able to sail through most of this pretty comfortably.
Two-hit Wolfgang and screen wrap.
So another couple of seconds saved there by MaCobra. Tapatio getting dinged by the fire piranha, so he's gonna
pick up his star.
The king is saying he's king of the world. Well, sure.
King of the world? Chris Jericho would like to circa 2002, 2003 would like to talk to you about that, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah,
World 1 is up.
So we got a 3-fort World 1. MaCobra making the right play. Ooh, Tapatio did not get the screen grab himself. Anyway, MaCobra is doing the right thing, just playing the fort that's right in the linear path. If it is, it is. If it isn't, well, the other two are in ready access. That becomes a 50-50. What will help him is if one of them turns out to be 1 fort, because he knows by logic that can't be it, because logic always assumes you go for the item. Hope and hope. And he finds Navy. If if this is not it, it'll be interesting to see if Tapatio decides to go for the 1-1 spot or the vanilla 4th spot. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. You can't really determine anything based on its position, unless in this kind of situation you can anyway. Well, MaCobra got it right, so Navy was the answer. So he really doesn't lose anything off of that. 2-2. I believe that's 2-2's debut appearance tonight.
Well, yeah, I believe that's the first time we've seen that this evening, at least in this matchup.
Right. Yeah, I don't. I'm using a grid notebook, so it's a little hard to see sometimes. But I don't see. Yeah, I don't see 2-2 anywhere. We're picking up a star off the hammer, bro. Tapatio's finished off the Navy. Got the World 6 airship. MaCobra gonna go for some P-speed strats. And clears the mast, so that's good. Got a normal Larry. He's a thicker Larry than normal. He's a
thicker than usual, yeah.
Yeah, so MaCobra gets the wand at 929. Alright, so chat. Predictions. We've seen 2, 7, and 1. So we've got 3, 4. We got 3 to 6 remaining. What's it gonna be?
What rounds off the front half of the third game?
I'm gonna say 5.
6.
6. Alright.
Thinking 6. Feeling 6.
Feeling 6. Alright.
D-Wing and a 5.
Alright. Kaz, MPN, and me are all in day. 4-1 now. Theo has finished off Larry. One for the wand. Oh, he missed it, unfortunately. But gets it, but he is a full minute behind. So it's a 1-Fort Worlds 5, so that's instructive. So wherever they end up here on the map is going to be... It's a straight shot from there. We have 2-5 now. Alright, so 4 and...
Excuse MaCobra52 as he kisses the sky.
Yes. He gets
I had to hold back, folks. I'm gonna go 3 of these.
So... And he's now in what is now apparently been called Bowser's Carpet Emporium.
Sure.
Hey, why not?
I mean, whatever works, right? And MaCobra will take care of that real quick.
Going
to hammer brother hunting.
Ooh, MaCobra really wanted that mushroom.
For extra swag, but missed his mushroom.
It's unfortunate, but he's going to use a P-Wing here and gets 5-4. I believe that's the first time we've seen this one tonight.
First time this matchup, and not a bad call.
Yeah. All things considered for a level, yeah, to use P-Wing on, not a bad idea. A little slower, but, you know, it'll get the job done.
way to the end, where we find an airship.
A vanilla World 5 airship, I might add, but a normal Roy is a tough one.
Tough nut to crack. Gets it done, though.
So 13-17 for MaCobra. Compared to the last two seeds, this is by far the fastest they've been for the first 4 worlds. So we still have 3, 4, and 6 remaining. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 3.
I'm gonna say 4.
Well,
oh, we have 3. Okay. Pro 007 Nostradamus over here.
yeah, or something to that effect.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah, we've got pipes galore. Ford in the 3-3 spot. There's a bridge. Okay, so got it. Okay, so they're gonna need to play the fort in 3-3 spot to move this along. So 14-26 for TapatioJ. He has been hemorrhaging seconds from world to world. He's been keeping pace with MaCobra, but he's been losing seconds. He's a little over a minute behind right now. As we go,
he's not too far, but it's still considered a lead going into the back half.
Yes, nothing. The great equalizer can't change.
This is, yeah.
But he needs something to really propel him forward here. Well, that cloud certainly doesn't hurt. MaCobra ignored that altogether.
We'll have to do a U-turn.
5-9-7-5-6-6 or Atlantis shows up. That's going to be pretty favorable. Okay, so that broke the bridge. So it's a straight shot. Now he's got to play one more. He's got to play a 3-5 and the fort, and then he's on his way.
Or should be.
We got a cheap kind of lurking here. But a couple of stars are going to make this relatively straightforward. Tapatio getting popped by, getting sniped by Lakitu there. That's alright. And MaCobra guessing right and gets a P-Wing for Fort Knox. So MaCobra continuing to hold his lead here, starting to expand it, actually, if anything. He's in pretty good shape here. If Tapatio doesn't use a P-Wing or has a Raccoon or Tanuki Mario for Fort Knox, that's really going to set him back, because that's an extra 25 seconds right there.
But at this point, he's got a World 7 airship, obviously, and now it's a matter of how you play the next 2 worlds.
Well, the one saving grace Tapatio has, he has an extra cloud, so that could save him a fairly significant amount of time if he gets the right level to cloud. 1734 for MaCobra.
Alright, in the chat, what do we have next?
It's 4 or 6.
Calling 6.
Tapatio actually used his cloud on the fort, and given what he had as a power-up, that's actually not a bad thing.
World 6 is next. World 4 will be last, and World 8 will be the equal. So we are playing at home. The world distribution for Game 3, 2, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4, and 8.
And the hands in this seed are giving out music boxes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for that.
This one. Huh.
This is an interesting setup. It's worth playing it's worth playing the fort right there, just to say you did and get that out of the way.
Hammer.
There's his hammer. The hammer is, well, not entirely useless, but its utility is all but gone at this point.
Yeah.
So we lead off with 4F1. Forts. So the good news for MaCobra is if he's wrong, it's not going to be that much back and, play the correct level.
Yeah. And yeah, the hand levels do, as you mentioned, hand out music boxes.
So,
and now, looks like he might have made the right call. We're about to find out.
Unless
an extra item out of the deal, we have 1-3.
Yeah, he's not going to go for the item, I don't think. Yeah, you could get a hammer suit, but it's like about a 10% chance of that actually being the case, and you really don't want to spend an extra 15 seconds if you can help it. Also, our first appearance of 1-3, incidentally. Tapatio is actually using his hammer here, and I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, that'll bite him back in a few.
Yes, it probably will, unless, yeah, it's gonna bite him because there's nothing else. MaCobra knows and is going to use his...
I mean, we don't know if that builds it or not, but Tapatio will find out eventually.
Yeah, Tapatio, I think, is pressing a little bit. I think he feels that he's behind. He's got to go for it. Oh, MaCobra
he's not wrong, technically, but that extra item only got him a mushroom. Not the item he was hoping for, I'm sure.
2105 for MaCobra. He is in the driver's seat going into World 4. At this point, it's really going to come down to World 8, because World 4... Unless we get another triple fort, and I don't think we can because of the fort count. Unless we get something really wonky, MaCobra is in really good shape here.
There's our World 4. We don't know what's in the letter.
Yeah.
We do know there will be at least one fort from the looks of things. There it is.
Yep, MaCobra is not...
to use... MaCobra opts to use the music box and finds the worst fort in the game.
Yeah, he found Piranha Fort, and he's got to kind of play a little safe here. He gets a star off of the item box, so that'll help him.
Thankfully, yeah, all three games in this matchup, the star was at a spot where things were made a little easier for this particular.
Yeah, that was pretty fortunate for them. MaCobra is just gonna damage boost his way through, and yeah, he's not wasting any time. It's like it's all out. And Tapatio does have an extra cloud. He's going to use it.
Clouds and
there it is, MaCobra. Well on his way now.
Absolutely, look at that.
So gonna hold on to that fire flower just a little longer, but 22:55. So about 2 minutes behind. So that's a not insignificant amount of time. But if you remember the map from game 2, all it takes is that kind of map, and we've got ourselves a nail biter.
Yeah, this it all becomes a matter of HE double hockey sticks being HE double hockey sticks. But at this point, even we don't know until we find out in just a few moments. And a mushroom was in the letter, as confirmed by TapatioJ.
So, if you haven't already, give our runners a follow. This has been some terrific play tonight, and they're bringing it on home for a great finish.
Flower in the letter, and on to World 8. We have a couple of pipe checks and a hand level that will not be played.
Okay, so we got
interesting distribution in the hand bridge distribution.
Yeah. So there's Air Force. Okay, it's forced. She's got to play it. So a linear start to World 8. That's not good news for TapatioJ, unfortunately. To answer Chat's question, the players in the semifinals are Mitch Flowerpower, the Hacksaw, and Paradox 64.
Yeah, the winner of this one will join the final 4.
And we'll play Paradox next week.
And there we are. MaCobra52 finishing up his first fort.
Yeah, 4 F2.
A super tank as well. He is going to play it.
You might as well, because it's a pretty good bet that, well, there's actually no guarantee that anything broke because of that, that lock broke, so you might as well just do this. It's about 25:15, so about 2-minute gap between the runners. Unfortunately, MaCobra has found this is a somewhat linear 8 so far, at least as far as we can tell. MaCobra's not going to get a 1 cycle there, of course.
MaCobra going through. That was 8-4, but in the super tanks position. For those wondering, how can you get a fort in a super tanks? Anything that is the super tanks, Navy, and Air Force have the boom boom orb. Anything that has an orb is a fort. So that, in case you were wondering.
So okay, so there's another lock. So
you turn right back around and you find yourself at the beginning, checking the other pipe. That should unlock that one. Otherwise, what the heck are we doing?
Not necessarily, but it's probable. That's what we got. Okay, so that takes care of that. Regular tank's not required. That locks that out. So this has got to be it, I think.
This will be it. And it is, and everything is built. Hello, and we had 2 pipes. 2 pipes led to the keep.
The other one leads to Air Force, I believe. So
yeah.
So MaCobra's
maybe a beginning, but a very, 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 very good end if you do either way.
Yeah, MaCobra is gonna crack 30 here for sure. Even if he doesn't keep.
He's got to do a clip. One more. He's got the clip. He's gonna crack 30.
Oh yeah, well he's gonna crack 30.
He will sub 30 discs.
Yeah.
Without question.
Yeah, it's like he was gonna break 30 regardless, but now it's just a question of how much is it gonna be by. As for a jet seat, ye shall receive. Well, we all got that. We figured they were due for one, and MaCobra finishes off Bowser. And
will it be sub 28? I wonder. I am
Gonna
checking
be close.
Oh, it's
Gonna be close.
I'm on now. SRL now.
MaCobra52.
27:59.
And he punches his ticket to the semifinals.
Beauty.
27:59. That is not the fastest time we've had in the tournament, but it's, I think, top 2 or 3. I think Teak still has the top time at 27:30, but
yeah, by about 20 seconds. But this is definitely one of top 5 at the very easily top 5.
Yeah, this is the fastest time in the brackets for sure. Tapatio is learning the answer to life's mysteries. Oh, it was Navy, it wasn't Air Force. What was I talking about? Anyway, the defending champion will move on to the final 4.
And Tapatio isn't going to crack 30 on this one, but we will be close. Was most famous clip.
He doesn't get the hat trick with his clip.
Yeah.
He's not going to bother. He's just going to carry on.
Fireball gauntlet. There goes his firepower.
Yeah, so it'll be about a 31 or so. But nonetheless, Tapatio is going to wrap this up, and another very strong finish for Tapatio. A veteran player who has done very well in this tournament. Just hasn't quite been able to get into that final 4, even though he's more than capable of doing so. It's just, you know, it's just those little things, that luck element. So get out the GGs for TapatioJ, who's going to wrap this thing up.
Here we go. We'll get you the SRL time in just a few seconds there. Doesn't exactly crack 30, but 30:48. The official SRL time for TapatioJ.
Yeah, that was
not exactly the race I was expecting, but still a very good one.
Yeah, for sure. MaCobra52 moves on to the semifinals. Take on Paradox next weekend. Time and date to be determined, but probably next weekend. Along with Mitch Flowerpower and the Hacksaw. And we welcome both of our competitors, MaCobra52 and TapatioJ, to the chat. GG's, guys.
GG, boys. That was awesome.
Yeah, GG's, man.
Yeah. So after 2 fairly kind of seeds, you got the seed with the rocket boosters in game 3. How much of a relief was that for you guys?
Yeah, not a whole lot of routing choices there. Those are honestly my kind of seeds, where I can just worry about executing and, you know, just making sure I'm on top of my game there. So, but yeah, GG's Tab. This was a heck of a series, man. You really pushed me a distance tonight.
Yep.
Props to you.
Yeah. Game 1, it was everything coming up Tapatio. It was World 7 was really the difference. That was really it.
Yeah, I just couldn't catch a break with all my choices there. Just every wrong move, especially in World 7. And of course, I ran to 7-6 with the tail, and I'm having trouble clipping there. So that I get even more time. And I forgot what fort that was, but it was one of the long ones too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Good.
Yeah, good series. Yeah, that game 2, nothing really went wrong there. I don't think. Went all right. Aside from a couple of deaths, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, game 2 I think was probably the hardest of the 3.
Game 2 gave you a couple of headaches there, boys.
The thing that strikes me about game 2 is 6F2 was the answer all along. It was right there, and both.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah, the super tank stage. That's right. It's right next to the pipe there, and we just went on exploring and played all the other forts in the way.
yeah, it's like, oh, I hate it when that happens. It's like it's right there. It's like, yeah, I don't want to play that. I totally get why neither of you would do it, because if it's tanks, like, well, do we really want to?
Yeah, I guess it's good to maybe just peek in there to see what it was. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I think for me, I was just scouting at that point. I know I had another pipe to check, so just kind of utilizing that. I'm curious in what's that? I'm trying to even think now. I guess that was the first race. I know I had I kind of took a gamble in World 6, and I did a cloud into a hammer up top. And I was like, I knew it was super risky, but I felt like that was first seed was by far the worst one. I felt like I played pretty good on the other two, just not coming up. I'll have to see on that third race. Like, it probably just comes down to some execution, but I was really surprised that it was a 30-minute, and it was like it still was 2 minutes off. I was really surprised by that.
I don't think it was really any one thing. There were some little, drips and drabs here. It wasn't any one thing. MaCobra made a very good call using a P-wing on Fort Knox. That was very fortunate.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was a lot of those little things, but it wasn't like there was any one or two mistakes that really just kind of broke the thing wide open.
This was good routing, good. It was a case of smart play by both of you guys, especially game 1. You just TapatioJ, you just had the better game, and MaCobra had the other 2 games just with better decision making than anything else, and luck play being the deciding factor.
Yeah, I think if there was any one thing in game 3, it might have been MaCobra probably had better power-ups going into a lot of these situations. It felt like you were small a lot of the time, and MaCobra was not, and that might have served him well in a couple of circumstances. But that's not exact. If that's what ends up being the deciding factor, like, well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But,
I mean, it worked out. I think in the first race. I know in the second race it didn't work out at all. And I'm trying to think back of how the items went in the third race. I know I probably, as much or more than anybody else as far as the quarterfinal list, probably played the most Hammer Bros. I'm always trying to get an extra dip in for an extra cloud or a hammer. And I know it really worked out in the first seed because I was able. I know I had at least an extra hammer, if not an extra cloud.
That's a good point. You did play more, and the Hammer Bros weren't exactly giving, and the map wasn't exactly helping you anyways. Like, MaCobra, I know, really needed some help in game 1 to really get something going, because he was about 2.5 minutes behind. You're hoping for that perfect World 2 where everything aligns, and it never did.
Yeah, that game 1, man, I knew I was behind it by a point in World 7, so I was hoping for a miracle at that point, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. In game 3, I was curious if you played the Bro in World 3 behind the lock TapatioJ. I think that was the one I decided to skip.
In game 3, which world? World 2?
The vanilla
World
World
3.
3. There was a lock there, and there was a bro right.
I did. Yeah. I think the extra dip, I was just like, this is a bro like you would never otherwise play. It's gonna be stuck behind here. So I went out and played it. Yeah. I was like, all right, let's see what we got. I can't even remember what the hell that had. So.
It was actually a cloud.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was in the back of my mind because I knew I believe leftover was 6 and 4, and both stages have hammer potential there. So I was like, I'm gonna skip this bro, but it may come back to bite me if World 6 turns out to be good with a hammer or whatnot.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'll ask our announcing team here. In the beginning of that third race, I know. I think we started World 2, and I went up into a double fire bro in the water. Yeah. Small Mario.
Yep.
Did you venture and did MaCobra do that at all? No, I'm guessing not, because I felt really like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually got through it.
No, he did. But he had a different tile, so we only had to deal with one. You got both of them.
Beautiful.
But yeah, but definite props to you on that one for pulling that one out, because we were talking during the race, like a lot of us would have gone white. It's like, oh, screw this, we're not doing this. Like, you can't make us do this.
Yeah, and it's of course like the worst configuration. It's like not only is he down below, but he's in the middle of the breakable block. So it's like I can't like just jump down and get him. So I had to like kind of manipulate it and really get my timing in. So I felt good about it. Like that's the thing that I'll kind of be I'll have to. I know I don't have some of the perhaps the fastest strats for some of the things. I don't mind using a leaf every now and then, where probably it's not the most optimal thing. So it's like when I get those little advantages like that, and I get that P-wing, I felt really good about it. I'm like, all right, these are the kind of items, like if I'm able to keep that going, I felt pretty good about my play. Just a mistake here or there, and maybe just not quite as fast.
I think I found the Sledge Bros in Mortar, but never Fire Bros. I never came across those.
So Tapatio, I believe this is the third straight year you've made the quarterfinals. Am I correct in that?
Yep, it's third year.
Well, that like me, it's like you're just waiting to break through that glass ceiling. But hey, 3 years in a row in the quarters, that's pretty incredible, I gotta say.
I mean, who rolled MaCobra seeds to where he got 10th seed on me? Come on now, what happened there? I'm second seed. Give me a break. I was like, I dropped MaCobra in the quarters. Give me a break, dude. You got the tournament champion, like the returning champion. Like, oh man. But whatever. That is what it is. I mean, obviously, I think I've said every time, like everybody in the quarters and even in the previous round, stuff like that, everybody that made bracket in general, that everybody's a killer out here. Everybody could win. So it's like I just had to play my game, and unfortunately, it came up a little short. So
it's worth noting that the higher seeds all won their matches.
Yeah,
8, 5, 10, and 6. Yeah, my bracket system is really, really smart, apparently. But
smart enough anyway.
Well, so MaCobra, you now face off against another veteran of the randomizer community, Paradox64. Thoughts about that?
Actually, the second time we crossed paths. Last year we fought in, I believe it was quarterfinals. If I'm wrong, but we went 3 games there, so I'm expecting more of the same. So
we were talking, like, you Tapatio, Paradox, like when everything rolls your way, more than capable of dropping a sub 30 on one of these bracket seeds.
Yeah, looking forward to it for sure. He's very familiar runner, so
yeah,
he'll definitely give me the workaround.
So I think with that, I think we'll wrap it up here. So next week, next Friday and Saturday, times and etc. will be determined based on runners' availability. But we will have the Hacksaw taking on Mitch Flower Power on one side of the semifinals, and we will have Paradox, and MaCobra52 on the other side. So if you enjoyed these quarterfinal races, and I'm sure you did, I mean, what drama we had for the last 3 days. You won't want to miss these semifinal matches. They are going to be something special. And then 2 weeks from now, I believe it will be 2 weeks from tonight. Again, TBD and all that. We will have the grand finals, the championship, which will be best of 5. So it is going to be an endurance test of our runners as they go through the gauntlet. So you will not want to miss that. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. I'll enjoy participating now as just an observant now. You know, it's it'll be good. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, who do you pick out of those 4?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could like blindfold and you'd probably be right. You know, it's you got 4 very evenly matched competitors. It's going to be great. So thanks to Matty J for joining me on the comms tonight. Thanks as always to SpeedGaming for hosting us and giving this tournament the time and attention and life that it, I think, has deserved at this point. This is our 3rd tournament and we're still going strong. We're still bringing in the fans and we're bringing in the views, and we appreciate it, the work that they've given us, and congrats once again to MaCobra for moving on to the semis, and GG's to TapatioJ for another fine performance in the tournament. One day you will make the semis.
Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, GG's again. That was intense. I mean, for sure.
GG, man.
All right. Well, thanks all for watching. Stay tuned on our Discord for more details on the tournament and when we will have our semifinal matches. So stick around, keep an eye out, and we will see you all again very soon. Have a good night.
Have a good one, and so long from the Mushroom Kingdom, everybody.